Hey guys, it's Kelly, and today we are here at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin at the Midwest Automotive Media Association's Spring Rally, and they have about 80 vehicles here, including the one behind me, a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander SEL, and I have been freaking dying to get my hands on this affordable three-row SUV. This is one of the highest models available, and it has an MSRP of $35,000, which for a three-row SUV falls under the very affordable category. If this is your first time joining me, hey, I'm Kelly and I'm the car mom. I review cars for moms and for families. I'm a mom of two and a certified child passenger safety tech. Let's get started on this 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander tour. Okay, let's start by breaking down the exterior of this Outlander. We'll start with the front end grille. I think this part is so fun. It kind of gives it almost an EV moment because these are not where the vents are. The vents are actually down here to cool the engine. But this kind of faux vent looks, I think really gives it a high-end futuristic look. Coming around, we have some really beautiful daytime running lights right here. Our headlights down there, a little spray to clean our headlights, and some great chrome, which looks really nice against this silver. I think silver in this car is a good move. It kind of gives it a little bit more of a high-end feel. Okay, moving along to her side profile, we'll start with the rims. We have some 20-inch wheels, two-toned color with the Mitsubishi logo right there. I think the wheels look really nice. This is by far one of Mitsubishi's most popular, best-selling vehicles, and it honestly might be the car that turns this brand around. Moving along the rest of the body style, I'm obsessed. I think the body lines are great for this vehicle. It is kind of giving me Infiniti QX60 vibes. Again, just like a lot more high end. I'm super excited for y'all to see the inside. Moving along to the back end, we've got some nice elements right here. Like I love this wide chrome bar that kind of goes on the bottom of the windows, but on the top we don't have that, just to kind of elevate or heighten up the body style. A black part right here. And then we come into our back end. They keep it very simple in the back end. We just have our little Mitsubishi logo right there, Outlander SEL trim. Overall though, I think the exterior, especially for the price of the car, is top notch. And even if the car was $20,000 more expensive, I think I'd still like how the exterior looks. So now let's hop into the interior. We'll talk about some of the driver's comforts and safety features, and then we'll talk about that second and third. Yeah, I said third row, if you can believe it. All right, here's a shot of me in the driver's seat of the Mitsubishi Outlander. Let's start by breaking down the door panel. Check out this quilted gray leather against a lot of this flat black, piano black, and then even like some faux carbon fiber. Look, even the buttons are kind of like a textured chrome. I think that it looks great. Some good materials used, enough different materials to give it some nice contrast. Side cubbies and door cup holder look top freaking notch, but let me get you on the other side and then we'll start breaking down that infotainment system. Okay guys, here I am again in this Outlander. I am blown away by so much of the vehicle. I think that one, the safety and the technology features are incredible, and it still has a really great design to it. So right here I have a 12.3 digital dash right here, which I love digital displays. I think they're so much more customizable. I think they look better. And then I also move into a 9-inch infotainment system. It's very similar to Toyota's as far as like its functionality is concerned. So it's very user friendly. We're still going to have all of our phone connections like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Easy to find our little volume buttons right here, some quick buttons down below. Just give you a quick shot of some of the safety features. So here is our backup camera as well as our surround view camera. I'm actually super impressed with the quality of the camera. I think that looks nice. Let's go to our map. Here we have our navigation system. Here is my audio button. So as you can see, here's where I get access to my Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Go to my radio station. I mean, I'm actually pretty impressed with how the infotainment system functions. It really is reminding me a lot of the Toyota one, which I do like. We move into our vents, and then we move into our climate control. Heated seats in the front and the second row in this trim level, which is super impressive. And then we move into some of our cubby spaces. So we have USB, USB-C, a wireless charger. Our shifter is right here. Parking brake, auto hold, different driving modes. 2 cup holders. And a tiny center console. I was kind of hoping the center console would be a little bit bigger for this being a three-row vehicle. I'm looking for a little bit more storage, but that's okay. I'm still honestly pretty impressed with the rest of the car. I just want to take a second to kind of break down the safety features that are available on this vehicle because I'm so happy to see a manufacturer prioritize that crash prevention technology on such a affordable vehicle. So some of the safety features you can find in this car are, you have the M-Pilot Assist with NaviLink, you have adaptive cruise control with stop and go, lane keep assist, lane departure prevention, traffic sign recognition, blind spot warning with lane change assist, rear cross traffic alert, automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, front parking sensors, cruise control. That is a lot of crash prevention technology. So good job to Mitsubishi for prioritizing that. I can't believe this car is only $35,000, but we have to talk about the second row and then we have to talk about the third row because now that we know it's got all these fun bells and whistles, we need to talk about its functionality for families. Okay, here's a shot of me in the second row of the Outlander. So I do have this seat set for myself, and I'm pretty tall, about 6 feet. So you can see I have some really great clearance. There are some things I like, but I'm gonna be honest, as far as the car seat and passenger setup is concerned, it's gonna go downhill pretty quickly. But let's start with what I like. I think these little pockets are super fun. I love that they're like a 3 different pockets, so it'd be easy to organize your things. We have vents right here. This is all we have. This is bizarre. This looks like an entirely different set of technology. Like, these are not the same climate controls that we find in the front seat. Like, the buttons are different, the screen is different. This looks so much worse, I guess, back here. I mean, I'm happy that we have the heated seats on the outboard seats, but I'm just shocked how much different that looks. And these vents are not it. I would so much prefer to have those on the ceiling. I do think the quilted leather is nice. I mean, the seats are pretty comfortable, and it is a 60-40 bench that you can move forward or backwards. If I pull this down here, I have 2 more additional cup holders. And then the side cubbies on this car are actually pretty good for the second row as well. I am, however, also missing some sunshades. I would love to see those. This is interesting. So we don't have our car seats with us because we just don't have enough time to install them in the vehicle. But just looking at this bench, it looks like a nice wide bench. The biggest problem I'm seeing, so let's break down the car seat setup. We have lower anchors in both of these outboard seats, tether anchors on all 3 of these seats, nothing in the third row, no lower anchors or no tether anchors. What's driving me crazy though is these lower anchors are right here, and this middle seat belt is on the other side of this lower anchor. So that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard to have any sort of car seat here and then also utilize this middle seat. I do think this middle seat is quite small, so I'm not totally sure exactly what you'd be able to fit, but even if you just had a booster seat here with the lower anchors, like, that could definitely affect if this middle passenger can safely buckle. So I hate that. This seatbelt should be here, the bench should be wider. I'm not really a fan of that. Okay, let's hop in this third row, guys. Lower your expectations now. Okay, so it's just a push and pull forward, like that's the extent of what you get. And then if I climb into the third row, I mean, I can't do anything. I mean, I physically can't pull it back anymore. Like, it will be over my feet. My head is completely hitting the ceiling. So this is very much not a third row. I mean, it's very similar to, like, just, you know, some of those, like, it's just not a third row. They checked the box. They wanted to say they had a 7-passenger car. It's not it. I don't hate it for a 5-passenger car, except for that little car seat portion. But I think for, like, older children not in car seats, you'd probably have success fitting 3 back there, but it's just not. It gets a little clunky the more I go on. Opening up the trunk, let's take a look at what the trunk space is. Okay, so with the third row up, you can see this is the trunk space that we're dealing with. It's honestly not that bad for how small the vehicle is. Like, I've seen worse. Lexus, I'm looking at you. These Spy Kids Thumb People headrests are just giving me not what I want to see. Oh my goodness. I find it ridiculous that I have to take the headrest out to fold this seat back. There's no way that the headrest folds or anything. So I literally had to take it out just to put the seat down. You can also fold down the second row from back here, which is nice, but this is not good for me. I'm not really a fan of that. And look how big they are. This looks like a paddle. Okay. I was so desperate to go to the third row, I realized I forgot to talk about the amenities. We do have cup holders, but we have no ventilation back here, which is not what you want to see. Like, if I'm already going to be crammed back there, I at least need good ventilation. So third row is not it. Second row's like, I don't know, maybe a 5 out of 10. Front row, 10 out of 10. Overall, I think the car's nice for a certain situation. It's not the car seat machine. It's not like a very functional third row. But I think if you're looking for an affordable SUV and you want something a little bit bigger than maybe some of the 5-passengers out there, I think this is a good option, especially if you never plan to use the third row and always have it down. The fuel economy is really something to talk about. Again, for this size of a vehicle, you're looking at about 26 combined, which is pretty dang fuel efficient. We love to see it. So overall, I'm feeling a little torn. We definitely started this tour out on a high. It's leaving just a little to be desired in the second and third row. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. We drop at least 1 car tour a week, and comment below about which other vehicles you want to see next. Bye.